Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's session. So today in the SEBI and IFSCA series, we are going to do the part 2 of economics. We are going to do the 10 MCQs of economics that are going to help you revise as well as know that how much you remember the concepts, how much you have understood the concepts. Okay, so this is the top 300 MCQs series for the SEBI and the IFSCA Grade A examination that is going to make you prepared from the examination point of view, that is going to show you the reality that how much you have understood till now, how much you remember the concepts. Okay, so let's get started with today's session, today's economics questions. Okay, but before that, do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap to continue getting these videos, as well as join the Telegram channel for the PDF of today's session. So the link for the Telegram channel is provided in the description box below. And do tell me if I am clearly audible and visible. So we have already done the part 1 in which we have discussed the demand and supply questions, as well as we have discussed the national income and the market structure questions. So we have done the part 1. Now we are starting with the part 2, where we are going to discuss the classical and the Keynesian model, the questions from the consumption function, as well as the questions from the investment function. So this is going to be today's class, and I hope you are doing your best and you are going to get 10 out of 10 marks in today's session. Okay, but let's get started. Let's see the first question for today. So this is your first question. Read it very thoroughly and then try to give the right answer of this question. Hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening everyone. Okay. So which of the following statement is inconsistent, that is, we can say is incorrect in regards to the law that supply creates its own demand? So this law has been given under the classical theory. So this law has been given by the JB Say, John Baptist Say, and he has said that the supply creates its own demand. He was a classical economist. Okay, so under the classical theory, this statement has been given. So which of the following statement is incorrect from the classical theory point of view, that you have to understand. So try to answer. So I'm getting yes. C is the correct answer here, that the economy has flexible wages and prices. The classicals believed that the economy has the flexible wages and prices. They are the self-adjusting market mechanism is there, that if the demand is more than supply or if supply is more than demand, the prices are going to adjust. Okay, there can be no deficiency of aggregate demand. Whatever the supply is being created, the demand will match that supply. So there is no deficiency in aggregate demand. Whatever the supply is, the demand will match that. Money has only a passive role, that is the nominal variables, the money variables, they cannot affect the real variables in the economy, such as the output, such as the employment, the production in the economy. So money only has a passive role, or we can say the monetary values, the monetary variables, they only have a passive role. The rate of interest is a strategic variable, that is true, to bring an equilibrium between the savings and investment. So classicals believe that this is the investment curve, this is the savings curve in regards to the interest rate, and the equilibrium is brought between them by the interest rate. So rate of interest is a very important variable that is bringing the equilibrium in between the savings and investment in the economy. So these are all the points that you can read from the classical theory point of view. I have given you the important points. Now coming to the next question, that is going to see that how much you remember from the Keynesian assumptions. So try to answer this one. So which of the following is not regarded under the Keynesian description of how the economy works? Okay, so prices and especially wages respond slowly to changes in supply and demand. So this is actually correct, that the Keynes believed that the prices and wages, they are sticky in nature. They are rigid in nature. As against the classical beliefs, the classicals believed that the wages and the prices are flexible, but the Keynesian believed that the wages and prices are sticky in nature, especially in the short run. Okay, the changes in aggregate demand have their greater short run effect on real output and employment, not on prices. So that is also correct, that in the short run, the Keynesians believed that output is going to change. If the aggregate demand is increasing, the output is going to increase. The prices will not be affected in the short run. So the Keynes especially believed that this is true, that in the short run, the output is going to increase rather than prices. Aggregate demand is influenced by many economic decisions. Aggregate demand is equal to consumption plus investment plus government expenditure plus net exports. So aggregate demand depends upon the public as well as the private decisions. Government should intervene in the market as and when required, because the market mechanism are very slow to self-adjust. So the government is required to act in the market when it is required. Okay, so D is incorrect here, because the government should intervene in the market. So these are the assumptions taken under Keynesian theory that I hope you remember. Now next question is that as per the classical dichotomy, which of the following components is most likely to determine the price level? So here try to answer this. As per classical dichotomy. So what is classical dichotomy? Classical dichotomy refers to that the money variables, the monetary variables or the nominal variables, they do not affect the real variables, such as the prices, the nominal wages, the nominal interest rate, the money supply. They do not affect the real variables such as output in the economy, the employment in the economy, the real wages in the economy. Okay, the real wages will always be at the equilibrium point where the demand of labor and the supply of labor is at the equilibrium. There the real wages will be decided. The prices, the nominal wages, they cannot affect the real wages. So the real variables cannot be affected by the monetary variables, cannot be affected by the nominal variables. This is the meaning of classical dichotomy. So which of the following components is most likely to determine the price level? Yes, absolutely correct. It is the supply of money that is going to affect and that is going to determine the price level. As well as the classicals have also given the QTM theory, the quantity theory of money. Anyone remembers the equation of the quantity theory of money? Anyone remembers the equation of the quantity theory of money? That what is the equation? So classicals, that is the Fisher. Fisher is one of the economists, that is the classical economist, who has given the quantity theory of money, where, yes, very good Sarish, where the equation has given that the money supply multiplied by the velocity is equal to the price level multiplied by the transaction. Okay, or instead of transaction, there was the income that was taken here. So the classicals believe that economy is always producing at the full employment. That means aggregate supply is vertical, because the economy is always producing at the full employment level. So output is at the full employment level, so output cannot change. This cannot change. Velocity means that one note how many times it is changing hands in the economy. So velocity is also considered constant. So it is said that if the RBI is increasing the money supply, if the money supply is increased in the economy, the prices will have to increase in the same proportion, in the same direction. Okay, so if money supply is increasing from 20 to 30, the price level also have to increase in the same proportion. So let's say money supply is 20 multiplied by the velocity, that is 4. The income level is 40. Okay, so that is 40 multiplied by 2, that is 80. 20 multiplied by 4 is also 80. Now if the money supply is increasing from 20 to 40, velocity being the same, the price level will also have to increase from 2 to 4. So I hope you understand that if the money supply is getting doubled, the price level will also have to get doubled, so that the right hand side and the left hand side, they are equating, they are becoming equal. So that is the money supply is the one that is affecting the price level the most, and if the money supply is getting doubled, the price level will also get doubled. And if the money supply is getting halved, the price level will also get halved. This has been shown through the quantity theory of money through this equation, where income and the velocity is taken constant, and if the money supply is increasing, price level will increase. If the money supply is decreasing, price level will decrease, and they will move in the same direction and in the same proportion also. Now coming to the next question, so try to give the right answer of this question. Yes. Yes, the Fisher equation is the money supply multiplied by velocity is equal to price level multiplied by transaction. But in the Fisher equation, there was the introduction of income. So we take money supply multiplied by velocity, price level multiplied by income. So instead of transactions, we start using the income that was given by later on classical economist. Okay. So now, according to Keynesian theory of output and employment, what induces changes in the investment by entrepreneurs? So I'm getting the answer B, absolutely correct. So see, the Keynes believe that the investment is autonomous of the level of income, and the investment depends upon the marginal efficiency of capital and the interest rate. Marginal efficiency of capital, it refers to the expected rate of profitability. So the Keynes said that the investment, it does not depend upon the level of income. The investment is autonomous of the level of income. That means it does not depend upon the level of income. Whatever the level of income, the investment will be constant. The investment, it actually depends upon the marginal efficiency of capital, that is the expected rate of profitability, and the interest rate. Okay, let's say that the marginal efficiency of capital is high, the expected rate of profitability is high, so the investment can increase. Okay, so whatever the level of income, it doesn't matter. The investment, it depends upon the MEC and the interest rate. Okay. Next is that as per the Keynesian consumption function, the induced consumption is shown by which of the following? The induced consumption is shown by which of the following? So consumption function is equal to A plus BY. Remember that in two sector model, where we have the firms and the households. Okay, there the income is equal to disposable income, because disposable income is what? It is the total income minus the taxes. Now, if we do not have the government, then the taxes will be zero. So your disposable income will become equal to income. Otherwise, the consumption always depend upon your disposable income. But if it is only two sector, if the taxes are not there, if the taxes are equal to zero or the taxes are not mentioned, then you can take the disposable income equal to income. Okay, so here the consumption is equal to A plus B multiplied by disposable income. So what is this A? Autonomous. Very good. A is the autonomous consumption that does not depend upon the level of income. Whatever the level of income, there is some autonomous consumption that is happening. B is the MPC, that is the marginal propensity to consume. That is, with the change in income, there is the change in consumption that is coming. That is the slope of the consumption function. So B is the slope of the consumption function. That is, the B is the marginal propensity to consume. With the changes in income, there is the change that is coming in consumption. And this B multiplied by YD. So this is the induced consumption. That with the changes, this whole is the induced consumption, that with the changes in the income, there is the change that is coming in the consumption that depends upon the income. Okay, so I hope you will remember this, that BY, this is induced consumption. That depends upon the income level. Okay, so this is the whole idea. Induced consumption, that is influenced by income. So B is the marginal propensity to consume, that is actually the slope, multiplied by the level of income or level of disposable income. So this is the level of income and this is the level of consumption. Okay, so this is autonomous consumption that does not depend upon the level of income. Even if the level of income is zero, there will be this level of consumption that will happen. Okay, next question is that if the Keynesian consumption function is C equal to 100 plus 0.5 disposable income multiplied by disposable income, and the disposable income is 500, then what is the average propensity to consume and what is the consumption level? That you have to tell me. Okay, and if you are able to give the right answer of this question, that means you have practiced everything very well. So try to give the right answer of this question. Okay, I'm getting the answer A. So see, the consumption, just disposable income, that is 500. So that is 350 is the consumption that is happening. So consumption is 350. Okay, it can be A or C. Now, average propensity to consume. What is the formula of average propensity to consume? What is the formula of APC? It is consumption divided by total income. Total income, or we can say disposable income, is equal to total income. So disposable income is 500, consumption is 350. So that means average propensity to consume is 0.7. Okay, so the right answer here is A, that is 0.7, 350. This is the right answer. You can see the calculation also. Now there is a big announcement from EduTap. I hope many of you have already heard, and the people that are not aware about this. So we have launched a test series for the phase 1 plus phase 2, as well as we have a test series for the phase 2. As you know that you have to practice a lot, you have to solve a lot of MCQs, so you are able to be very attentive in the examination and are able to read the questions very fast and are able to answer everything very fast. For your practice, we have brought the test series. Okay, here you are getting the chapter wise test as well as the full length text you are getting, that will give you the exam level questions and the exam level experience. The current affairs test is also there. The solved previous year questions are also provided in this test series, and you are getting flat 55% off. You can use the code SEBI55 to enroll in this course that is providing a lot of MCQs for your practice. Okay, so now let's move forward and coming to the next question, that which of the following statement is incorrect regarding the Keynesian consumption function. So in regards to the Keynesian consumption function, you have to tell that which of the following statement is incorrect. Okay. So what should be the right answer here? If you know about the MPC, that is the change in income with the change in consumption with the change in income. APC is what? The consumption divided by income. Okay. So here what should be the answer? The MPC is in between 0 and 1, so that is actually true. The MPC, marginal propensity to consume, it should be in between 0 and 1, because from your increase in the income, you are not consuming the total increase in income. Okay, and from the increase in income, it's not like that you are consuming nothing. That is also not possible. So the MPC should be in between 0 and 1, that from your increase in income you are consuming something. Okay, APC falls with the rise in income, that is also true. APC is falling when the income is rising. MPC remains constant because the consumption function is a linear function, is a linear diagram, so the slope is constant. The slope is constant, that means the MPC is constant. APC lies between 0 and 1. No, it is not true. APC can be greater than 1 also. Okay, so D is actually incorrect, and that's why D is the right answer. Here you can see that the APC is even greater than the 1, is greater than 1, because there is some autonomous consumption that is happening. So even when your level of income is 0, there is some consumption that is happening, and when your income is low, this is your income, this is your income, consumption is here. So you can understand that this is your income, this is your consumption. So when your income is low at this level, you are consuming more than your income. You are consuming more than your income. That means you are doing dis-saving. You are doing dis-saving. Your savings are less. Your savings are less, or you are reducing your savings. You are reducing your savings. That means savings are in minus. Okay, savings are in negative. Savings are in negative. And as you keep on, as your income keep on increasing, the consumption becomes equal to income. The consumption becomes equal to income. Here the savings has become 0, and after that, as your income keeps on increasing, your income will become greater than consumption, then your savings will be positive. So that is, the consumption is greater than income at the start when you have very less income. Think about that. When you are a child, you are consuming more than you are earning. You are earning nothing, but still your parents are giving you money for the consumption purposes. So that means your consumption is greater than your income. You are doing this saving. You are using your past savings, or you are taking the loans also, or there can be other pocket money and such that you are getting, that you have to return later on. Okay, so in economics we say that you have to return this money. Now when your income is equal to consumption, your saving is equal to 0. When your consumption is less than income, that means now you are saving, your savings are positive. So that is the total idea. Okay, so here you can read about the average propensity to consume. It is more than 1. That is It can be more than 1 when you are consuming more than your income. APC is equal to 1 when your consumption is equal to your income, and APC is less than 1, that is the consumption is less than the national income. Okay, and APC keeps on decreasing as your income is increasing. APC can never be 0. Now next is saving function is given, the autonomous investment is given. Now you have to find the level of consumption at the equilibrium level. So try to answer this, that you have the saving function and you have the autonomous investment. Find the level of consumption at the equilibrium level. So try to think about it very carefully, okay? So take a minute here and try to answer this. So anyone can tell me that what should be the first step here? Okay, Sarish has given the answer. Nilesh has also given the answer. Okay. So the first step is to calculate the income. That is saving is equal to investment. Saving is equal to investment. That is minus 10. See, you can calculate the income. You can calculate the income at the equilibrium level. The saving is equal to investment. Okay. The saving is equal to investment at the equilibrium level. At the equilibrium level of income. So that means minus 10 plus 0.2y is equal to investment, that is 50. So this you can take here. So 50 plus 10, that will be 60. 0.2 in the division, so that will be 300. So your income is 300. Okay. Now your income is equal to 300. From your income, you are consuming and you are saving. So if your savings, so 30, 60 minus 10, that is 50. So your saving is how much? Your saving function is, your saving is minus 10 plus 0.2 y is into 300. Income is 300. Okay. So that means your savings are 50. Your savings are 50. If from your income, your savings are 50, then your consumption will be how much? Your consumption will be 250. Your consumption will be 250. So that is the idea. Okay. That investment is equal to saving, there is the equilibrium that you are getting, and income is equal to 300 that you have calculated. So the consumption is equal to 250. Now there is one another formula that you can use. So income you have calculated 300. Now this is your saving function, minus 10 plus 0.2y. So your consumption, this is the autonomous consumption. That means this is the dis saving that is happening. So that is, dis saving is this. Now minus 10 is your dis saving that you are doing at the 0 level of income. That means this is actually your autonomous consumption that you are doing. Autonomous consumption. So the consumption function, whatever is your dis saving, is your autonomous consumption. Now this is, in the saving function, this is the slope of the savings that shows that change in savings divided by change in income. That with the change in income, how much is your change in savings? Your MPC plus MPS always will be equal to 1. So if your MPS is 0.2, that means your MPC should be 0.8. Should be 0.8. So your MPS is 0.8. That is, this is your marginal propensity to consume. That is your slope multiplied by the disposable income or income. So this is your consumption function. Now here, if you put the value 300, you will get the same answer, 250. So I hope you are able to understand that if you have the saving function, and if you are asked to calculate the consumption function, you can easily calculate it. Let's say that your saving function is minus 50 plus 0.9 disposable income. So what will be your consumption function? Anyone can tell me? Anyone can tell me that what will be your consumption function here? What will be your consumption function? This is your dis saving. That means at the 0 level of income, you are dis saving 50. That means this is going to your consumption. This is the autonomous consumption. So your autonomous consumption, that is at 0 level of income, your autonomous consumption is 50. Okay. Plus 0.9 is your MPS, marginal propensity to save. That means your MPC should be 0.1. So this is the equation of consumption function when this is the equation of savings. So I hope, yes, very good. Sarish, very good. Nilesh, very good. Narayan, all of you have given the right answer. Okay. So this is the idea. So if your autonomous consumption is P, then your autonomous saving, that means this saving at the zero level of income will be minus P, okay. So whatever extra consumption that you are doing, that will be negative savings, when the consumption is equal to income, your savings will equal to 0. When your consumption is greater than income, when your income is greater than consumption, your income now has become, this is your income that has become greater than the consumption, then your savings will be positive, okay. So when the consumption is greater than income, the savings are negative. The autonomous or consumption, that means your total dish saving at the zero level of income is this, okay. Now this is C equal to Y, that means your saving is equal to 0. Okay, direct question can come that if there is the break-even point that is happening, that means savings are 0. Okay, so this is C equal to Y, that is break-even point. Consumption is less than income, so that means you are saving. Okay, so that is the idea. Now next question is that according to the Keynesian multiplier model, what would be the value of multiplier if the value of MPS is given? So very easy question. Try to answer this question now. Very easy question. You can answer this. So try to, okay, I'm getting the answer B, and that is absolutely correct. So what is the formula of multiplier? The formula of multiplier is that the investment multiplier is equal to 1 upon MPS. That is 1 upon 0.75, or you can write that the multiplier formula is actually the investment multiplier or the government expenditure multiplier is 1 upon 1 minus MPC. Okay, 1 upon 1 minus MPC. So this is the formula. 1 minus MPC is what? MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. 1 minus MPC will be MPS. So 1 upon MPS, 1 upon 0.75. So that is 1.33. So here the multiplier is 1.33. So very easy, you know the formula, so you can easily answer this kind of question. Okay, so this is the last question. Try to answer this question now, that the accelerator principle is based upon various assumptions, and you have to tell that which of the following assumption is incorrect in regard to the accelerator principle. Okay, so the accelerator principle, the main idea is to know the assumptions of a theory. Okay, so try to read this. The accelerator principle assumes a constant capital output ratio, so that is correct. See, the accelerator principle says that to increase the output, you will have to do the investment. Okay, that depends upon your value, that depends upon your capital to output ratio. So if you require 2 capital to produce 1 output, that means to produce 10 extra output, you will require how much of the capital? You will require 20 capital. Okay, so that means the value of the capital to output ratio is 2. The value of the capital to output ratio is 2, and that is considered constant in the accelerator principle. And it is said that if you want to increase the output, you will have to increase the investment first. That means there is no excess or idle capacity in the consumer goods industries. If the income is increasing, or if there is the increase in income, the consumption will increase. There will be more demand for the consumption. If the consumption demand is increasing for the consumer goods, then the production will have to increase, the output will have to increase. There is no excess or idle capacity that is present in the consumer good plant. So as soon as the consumption demand increases, as soon as the production has to be increased, there is the need for the investment. There is the need for the extra capital. Okay, that means there should be excess or idle capacity in the capital good plants. So as soon as there is the need for the capital, there is need for the machinery, tools, equipments that can be provided very easily. So there is the need for the excess capacity in the capital good plants. Okay, so the resources are easily available. Just you have to ask for it, and you have to do the investment, and the resources will be available to you. So this is also correct. It also assumes that there is perfectly inelastic supply of credit and capital. That is wrong. Actually, inelastic means that the supply cannot happen of capital. No, the investment, it is said that there is excess capacity. There is excess capacity in the capital goods plant. That means there is easy supply that can happen. There is elastic supply. There is elastic supply of the capital. That means as soon as there is the demand for the capital, the supply will happen of the capital. As soon as there is the demand of the credit, the supply will happen of the credit. So that is the idea. Okay, so not perfectly inelastic, but it is elastic. There is elastic supply of credit and capital. That is the assumption under the accelerator principle. Okay, so yes, E is the answer here. This is incorrect actually. So the multiplier has said that with the increase in investment, the income is increasing. As your income is increasing, you will consume more. When your consumption is increasing, that means the production has to happen. That means your income will increase. Further, with the increase in income, your consumption will increase. Further, with the increase in consumption, the income will increase because more will be produced. So multiplier has said that with the increase in investment, there is multiple increase in the income that is coming. The accelerator principle is saying that if you want to increase your income, first increase the investment depending upon the capital output ratio. So if you want to increase your income by 100 crores and the capital that is required is 2 per unit, so that means you will need 200 crores of investment first of all. So that means with the increase in income, you will have to increase in the investment so that you can cater to your consumption demand. So that is the basic idea. Okay. So when income increases, consumption increases, greater amount of commodities have to be produced. So more capital is required, and for that the investment will be done. And this is the kind of investment that is the net investment, because this is to increase the level of output. This is done to increase the level of output. So this is the idea. So these are the assumptions of the accelerator principle. You can read it, you can remember it. And the basic idea of accelerator principle is that if the investment leads to an increase in national income, so this is said by the multiplier, that if the investment is increasing by 100 crores, a multiplier is 5. That means the income will be increasing 5 times. So it is said by the accelerator that if the income is increasing, if the income has to be increased, the investment also have to be increased, because who will do the production? How the production will happen if you do not have the machinery left in your firms? Okay, so however, with this multiple increase in income, the business firms might very well decide to do the investment, decide to have the more of the machinery, tools and equipment. Okay, so that is the idea. So this is the formula that for the production of output, the capital output ratio being 2, if you are producing 10 output, you will need the capital stock 20. Now if you want to increase the output, from the previous level, if you want to increase the output, you will have to do the investment. Okay, so that is the idea. Now this is a homework question. I hope you will be easily able to answer this question. So this is a homework question. Try to answer this question. I hope you will be able to answer this question. And the answer of the previous question of the previous session is the Bertrand model. So in the Bertrand model, this is the oligopoly model. See, under the oligopoly, there is the concept of duopoly. Duopoly means that there are only 2 firms that are present in the market. Oligopoly says that there are only few large firms that are present in the market. So under the oligopoly, there is an extreme case, that is duopoly. That is, there is only 2 large firms that are present in the market that have the maximum market share. Okay. So under this oligopoly market structure, there is the Bertrand model that says that the firm A is changing its price considering that the other firm, that is the firm B, that is the rival firm, will not change its prices. Okay, so this is the assumption that is taken by firm A and the firm B, that if I am changing my price, the other firm will not change its price. Okay, so this is an assumption that has been taken under the Bertrand model, and you need to have the idea about the assumptions under the Cournot model, Bertrand model, under the Stackelberg model, under the Edgeworth model. So in these models, what are the basic assumptions that are taken? Just remember 2-3 lines from all the models. That is enough. Okay, so now this is the homework question. Try to answer this question. And thank you very much. This is it for today. And I hope you have understood the questions and you were able to answer all the questions. So do tell me in the comment section that how many marks you have got. And I hope you are preparing for phase 1 plus phase 2. So you are aiming for the higher side. Even if you are giving the wrong answer of any of the question, do not be afraid, because here you are coming to learn also. So if you are marking any question wrong, so write that concept down, that okay, this concept I have to revise, this concept I have to revise. So this is the way to learn while you are practicing also, that okay, this concept I am weaker, I have to reread this concept. Okay, so that is the idea I want to provide you from this video, that if you are marking any question wrong, do not be afraid, practice it and write that down separately, because that concept you have to revise again. So this is it from my side. Do tell me that how many marks you have got. Okay, you're most welcome, Sorish. I hope you people liked the session, and this is it from my side. You're most welcome, Sorish. You are most welcome, Nilesh. So do give me the right answer of the homework question, and do give me the answer of the like how many marks you have got. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you.